Okay, Assalamualaikum and very good afternoon. Okay, so today we will have a class, okay, for the biomechanics EME442. Okay, so for today class, for the lecture number 1, just the introduction, okay, as per given slide. So I will cover parts on the autosis engineering, okay. Okay, so I think most of you have been familiar with my background. Okay, we have met during third year. Okay. Okay, so I think this one has been explained by Dr. Iqbal, right? So we have a 4 course outcome. The first one is to determine the relationship between the structure and function of the human body. Okay. Okay, with the implication and its importance lah. I mean, I think this one have been covered by Dr. Iqbal. So for my part, I will cover this CO number 2 and 3. Okay, first to evaluate the multiple forces that generate from the main human joints while performing daily activities using the engineering approach. So in this case, we will learn on motor orthosis engineering, how to counter, basically to provide some solutions to avoid any of the injury, for example. And my part, instead of the whole body, we know we have some parts joint that very critical, like the wrist, okay, the knee and so on. So but in my lecture, I will more focusing on the wrist, which is towards the hand arm vibration, and also to discuss and share knowledge about the recent biomechanics research lah. Okay, so this one also covered by Dr. Iqbal. And finally, to discuss about the ethical issue and consideration in the research involving human and animals. I think this one also part of Dr. Iqbal. Okay. Okay, so for my lecture, as provided before, so this week 9 will be online lah. Okay, means that I will provide this video, okay, and we will go through. And for next week, week 10, we will go into detail on the orthosis engineering and clinical statistics, and then you will have one report here, okay, that you need to do some of measurement, okay, using the the power tools, and then you will measure at 2 locations, at the power tools and also at the hand. So you will do some of the study for the transmissibility, means that how much the vibration from the power tools that transfer to your hand. So in this case, you have been divided to groups, and you need to choose your own device, for example, grass trimmer, impact drill, okay, grinder, or any tools that we have in the lab that can generate vibration. So you can also, from the data, you will do some calculation, and you need to classify the level of vibration, okay, and based on the hand arm vibration chart lah. Okay, this one I will provide to you in the next lecture. Okay, so and then some of the clinical statistic calculation, okay, how to calculate the effect of orthosis engineering solutions, is it effective or not, okay, and then that's it. I mean that I only covered for these 3 weeks. Okay, so okay, this one has been explained. Okay, and also for the week 11, basically we have the full online weeks, and if I finish it earlier, so that this week maybe you can conduct your reports lah. Okay, so this one maybe I can explain again. So you will have a final exam. Okay, this subject is 100%, 50% by coursework, and another 50% is by final exam lah. You will have 4 questions, 2 parts from the take 1, 2 questions, and 2 questions from my side lah. Okay, and for the coursework, the take 1 will cover 40% and myself only 10%. So based on this group report, okay, R1, yeah. Okay, so this is the topic now. Is on the design biomechanics and smart assistive system. So covered the introduction to autosys engineering. What is the autosys engineering? Human biomechanics for autosys design. Okay, material and manufacturing technologies. What kind of material that you can use to design your autosys device. Mechanical design and analysis of autosys, and also the smart and active autosys. Okay, and then next week we will touch on the detail of hand arm vibration in autosys engineering. Okay, fundamental of HAV. Okay, the biomechanics of hand arm system. Okay, what kind, this is more towards your quite more to medical side, which is involving the nerve system and so on. What kind of biomechanics that related to the hand arm that may affect due to the high vibration, autosys and anti-vibration design. Okay, what a kind of solution that you can produce from the autosys device. Okay, engineering analysis and modeling, and finally standard and evaluation. This is the part that you need to do some of measurement and also report for my part lah. Okay, so we have several ISO guidelines that you can refer to help you in analyze the hand arm vibration. Okay, so the last part will be the clinical statistic for the hand arm vibration assessment and research. So including the introduction to the clinical statistic in HAV research. Okay, type of data and descriptive statistic. Okay, what kind of data that you can use and analysis. Probability and normal distribution. Okay, you can calculate the Z value, which mean that how significant the device, okay, the vibration towards the human based on that graph. Hypothesis testing in HAV study. Okay, you from the solution, for example, you design something to avoid high vibration or injuries. You can have early hypothesis whether that your design is effective or not, and with the final calculations, then you can conclude that is it your, based on the data lah, for the measured data, then you can have a conclusion lah, is it your hypothesis is okay or not. Correlation and regression analysis, this is more towards the prediction. Okay, like if you use this device, for example, that produce a high vibration, you can project the results, or mean that how significant it will be in the certain time based on this analysis. And finally, some of the statistical software and data interpretation that you can use, okay, in conducting this study lah. Okay, so that's just a brief introduction to this first class. Okay, thank you very much.